Hi there, this is Nick Manthei again, talking to you about classroom management. Developing a good classroom environment starts with the relationships you build with your students, as it allows you to connect content to their personal lives. Find out what they want to learn. In asking what they wish to learn, you are giving students agency to their own learning. They move from passive to active learners and become more in control of what they learn. What is important is that you take this information about your students and use it to tailor their learning. If you ask these questions but make no changes in your delivery of the unit, then you are not establishing connections. There are many ways to get to know your students. Creating surveys asking personal information is one way. A survey at the beginning of the school year, semester, or even unit can help guide how you present material and guide learning. You can ask about their favorite music, movies, shows, sports, and anything else you think is relevant. Let's say your upcoming unit is about technology. Why not share a survey with your students about what they are familiar with, what they often use, and what they want to learn from such a unit? This valuable information can direct how to conduct your teaching over the unit and find ways to connect it to their daily life. Another way to survey your students is to provide them with exit tickets. Exit tickets can be given after a lesson, at the end of the week, or at the end of the unit. Exit tickets should focus on what the students learned, what the students liked in the lesson or lessons, and what remaining questions they still have. I treat this information like gold, as you can learn so much from student responses. Now, you may be saying that this would not work in my class, as my students would not write anything useful. In my experience, these exit tickets are an honest assessment of the classroom atmosphere. It reinforces that the learning is up to them and that they have a voice. Besides surveys, you can learn a lot from your students' responses in class, whether it be a writing assignment or a speaking activity. Students often feel comfortable sharing about themselves, and you can use this information to support learning. I once had a 14-year-old student that was uninterested in the English lesson, but was a very talented artist. I was able to use this information to encourage her to engage more with the lesson by allowing art to be used in connection with English language learning. She was encouraged to make flashcards with drawings on them. Images of her favorite graffiti artists were inserted into the lesson. And for every writing assignment, I allowed a cover page of her artwork that matched the assignment. By taking her interests into account, I was able to turn an unmotivated student into one that regularly contributed to the lesson. The top tip here is to get to know your students to help better manage your lessons. By building bonds with your students, your classroom can become a safer and more supportive space for learning.